Hello and welcome to yet another exciting edition of Trendz Travel. As usual, I'm your host, Eloise Goebel, and this week we take you to the Coffee and Chocolate Expo, where there's all things coffee and all things chocolate. Right after that, though, there is a bit of Russian cuisine, so do stay tuned. The Coffee and Chocolate Festival has once again found itself at the outdoor arena at Monte Casino. Despite the cold and the dark setting in, patrons make their way to indulge in all things delicious. As the name suggests, this place is for all coffee slaves and chocolate addicts.
We are at Coffee and Chocolate Expo. It's our 6th year that we've had this amazing event with some amazing coffee. Been there, this is Jonathan from Been There. He has the most amazing coffee ever. We have some great experiences. We've got a coffee and chocolate, a wine pairing theatre with gin and chocolate. We've got the All-Stars for the very first time. We've got the 2018 World Barista Champion, just been crowned in Amsterdam, the only woman to ever hold the title. And we've also got the 2016 World Roasting Champion. Jono, how hard is it to roast coffee?
Yeah, I mean, it is certainly an art, and it's something that we had been doing for the last 13 years, so hopefully we're getting good at it. But the main thing is that you buy incredible coffee, and it's Been There. We spend a lot of time searching Africa for direct fair trade coffee. We bring in single origin coffee from Ethiopia, Kenya, Tanzania, Rwanda and Burundi, and we're serving it here out of the back of this cool Series 1 Land Rover, and giving some amazing coffee experiences for those visitors who come through to Coffee and Chocolate.
It's not just about indulgence, but especially in the coffee industry, it's about promoting fair trade.
The importance of fair trade really is that that the farmers get a fair price for the coffee, and the world coffee market dictates the price on the New York Sea market, and oftentimes farmers get a really raw deal. So at the moment the coffee market price is really low, and so fair trade makes a significant difference. We pay premiums to the farmers, which enable them to look after their kids, support their families, and build the cooperatives that we work with.
Wine tastings are so 90s. Coffee tastings are where it's at these days. And it's more than just Red Coffee and Jacobs. There are some wicked SA brands coming up. And they are not only providing more choice, but also more jobs.
Our brand it's an African brand. So what we do is actually we are a ground one roastery. We source beans and we roast beans. So we roast them in Maboning. What we do is that we supply coffee shops, we supply restaurants, we supply your canteens as well too. We try to actually educate people in what they're drinking, what's in your cup of coffee, So we'd have your Brazil, 2 blends of Brazil, which is your Santos, which is your Barbosa, and your Colombia, also your Tanzania. It's the best African bean that we have. So what a blend actually does is that it perfects the taste that you're drinking, in terms of coffee. And what we have is the best bean on the market, which is your Arabica bean, and that way we showcase about the taste that everybody's going to get.
JABU stands for Jabulani, which is my son, and we started this coffee, it's Arabica coffee, 4 or 5 years ago in Hazyview, Kiepersol, and we started planting coffee, and now we have a few farmers planting coffee there, and we hope to be a major producer of coffee one of these days. I have the local population, the Giba Trust, this is Matebulas, which have 350 hectares of ground available. So if everything goes well, they're going to start coffee for small farmers from next year. And I think it's going to be amazing for the local population in that we're going to give work for at least 2,000 people.
Where Starbucks started a coffee trend, South Africa is only now catching up to the coffee craze. And yes, there are even trends.
Look, I feel like we are catching on to the Western actually shift in terms of trends. Cape Town is still ahead of time in terms of, their coffee vibe, but we're catching on and real fast. I mean, you have roasteries springing out of nowhere in every corner in Joburg right now. And people really love a nice, decent cup of coffee. We're keeping away from granules, we're keeping away from that old school. We need real beans, we need to taste countries, and that's just making the world a little bit smaller.
It is a huge event. Look, it's taken a lot of time. I think the most important thing at the moment is coffee is trending in SA, and so is chocolate. I think where wine was 20 years ago, coffee is at the moment. There's a lot of small micro roasters popping up. People are wanting to know why do I like coffee, what kind of coffee do I like, you know, and they move from an instant coffee to a pod-based coffee, then to a bean-based coffee, then they end up being sort of like coffee snobs. And I think what's important is to teach people that there are two elements to coffee, are the roasting and the baristas as well. And we're here to support our baristas because they also make a great, they're here to make a good cup of coffee. As well as our chocolatiers, let's move away from sugar, let's move away from the normal chocolate that we're getting. Chocolate is actually healthy, it's fun. There's dark chocolate, which kids can actually eat. There's sugar-free chocolate, and who does not love chocolate? And then to combine those two elements in one go, to make it fun, to make it cool, because coffee is cool and so is chocolate.
There is more than one way to enjoy your favorite caffeine, low-caf or decaf blend, and we absolutely had to try this one. Okay, so guys, I'm here with Dane with coffee in a cone. What is this?
So this is we basically make a cappuccino, Swiss hot chocolate, white hot chocolate in an ice cream cone. You drink the coffee or the hot chocolate and then you eat it afterwards.
And how
so there's zero waste. Yeah, it's amazing.
How did this idea come about?
Developed it about a year and a half ago, and we started trending globally, and we're now in 15 countries. We export and manufacture from South Africa, and I just kind of wanted something that was unique and different, and you know, with all this stuff around landfill, and you know, this is a product that is 100% edible, so it's yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, it's also the most Instagram coffee in the world.
So we've had 60 million hits worldwide on the product, so we've coined the phrase the world's most Instagram coffee. And yeah, people are really just eating it all up.
Okay, so I'm gonna be eating it all up, guys. Let's see.
So I'm giving you a white hot chocolate. Okay?
A white hot chocolate. Yay!
There you go. Cool. So just keep it sideways and drink
sideways.
before you eat. And drink
Can I just show you guys? Have a look at that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to try it now, but while I try it, I want you to tell me what flavors there are.
So we got a white hot chocolate, a Swiss hot chocolate, and a cappuccino. And yeah, those are the 3 different flavors. We are launching exciting new flavors coming up in the next couple of months.
Tell me about your little African one you told me about earlier.
Yeah, we've got a wild Africa cream, which is a alcoholic version of the cone, and it's actually hot. So it's the first time Wild Africa cream's doing a hot version in the cone.
Guys, this is the best. Absolutely the best. I'm going to finish this. I'll check you guys later. Walking the aisles of this expo, there is so much to discover. Yes, it is about coffee and chocolate, but there are some other interesting vendors peddling their wares as well. At the end of the day, for me, it was down to the chocolate.
So Nova Chocolate's a fun and funky, innovative brand. We cater for health-conscious individuals who love chocolate and just want something healthier than your normal conventional chocolate that's full of sugar. People want, you know, more natural, looking at the source of the product and just looking for natural products, and handmade artisanal chocolate's the way to go.
All you see on the table is all handmade Belgian chocolate. We have different flavors of chocolate. We have biltong chocolate that have like actual biltong in it, with, together with milk chocolate ganache. We also do the writing on chocolate. We don't print on the chocolate. So it's more art into the chocolate.
There are literally millions of tasters to try, and so I just absolutely had to do that. Chocolate and biltong, let's see. It's very definitely biltong in here. The sweet and salty is really, really good. I like it. You got a thumbs up from me. I'm gonna finish this. Thank you, guys.
And after you've tasted both sets of drink,
Then it was time to see what the all-stars from the World Coffee Championship were up to. It's interesting to see the amount of detail and flair that goes into one cup of coffee. There is so much to take in and to try that you actually need a full day. So bring the family out. It is truly a great day out for all.
They may be used to their chippies and pies, but these English fans who traveled to the World Cup host city Samara were more than happy to sink their teeth into local cuisine.
And I've had the mutton stew. You had it? I had the chicken wings and the smoked bean casserole as well. Great food, great culture. I'm really pleased that we made the effort.
I can't even remember what it was I had. Mutton soup, wasn't it? Mutton and vegetable soup, and then really good.
Before the month-long tournament began, fans knew very little or nothing at all about Russian food, which is often thought of as bland and heavy. From borscht to blini, caviar to local pelmeni dumplings, Russian food became a good introduction to the country's culture for the thousands of soccer fans who attended. Breakfast was mainly samiki, pancakes with sour cream and jam, or the local ovsianka porridge.
Eu provei prato de carne com batata, cenoura e cebola, que é prato bastante similar ao que a gente tem no Brasil, mas ao mesmo tempo é prato tradicional da região aqui de Tatar. Então eu me senti quase que em casa comendo prato como esse.
Lunch was a variety of pelmeni veroniki dumplings and a variety of soup, including the popular borscht, and dinner ranged from heavy meats such as beef stroganoff to veal tongue. Although much of the heavy food is geared towards getting people through the grueling winter, many visitors tucked in and were surprised by how it reminded them of home.
Então, nós experimentamos um prato que tinha um formato de barco e era uma massa com uma gema de ovo e um queijo suave, muito gostoso. E era tão gostoso que eu pedi mais um. E depois tinha umas trouxinhas de massa que eram muito suculentas com carne dentro. E as pessoas que apresentaram essa comida para nós disseram que a gente tinha que morder e chupar o suco da carne de dentro desse dumpling. E foi muito gostoso. Foi uma experiência muito legal. A gente percebe que a comida é muito agradável, assim como todos os russos também são pessoas muito agradáveis. Está sendo uma experiência ótima aqui pra gente. Muito obrigado.
Food from the nearby countries such as from Georgia and the Ukraine was also popular among fans happy to expand their taste buds. As the tournament drew to a close, many of the fans went home not just with a bottle of Russian vodka or a tiny pot of caviar. They brought home with them the taste and experience of Russia, whether their team won or not.
If you love food, guys, and we'd love you to share with us, why don't you do that on Trendz on SABC using the hashtag TrendzTravel. That's on Twitter and on Instagram. Welcome back, trendy travelers. And if you like your food slow, well then right now we have an insert coming up on snail cuisine. Right after that we go to Kenya where we learn about this absolutely brilliant acrobat, and then we bring it back home with KZN Tourism.
In West Africa, snails are known to be a delicacy and a healthy traditional meal. Also known as escargots, they are served as appetizers in France, Spain and Portugal. Interestingly, most people are not aware of how to prepare the snails. In Kumba town, western part of Cameroon, women are busy plucking freshly collected snails out of their shells with knives. 29-year-old Nina Ngasas turned the process into a profitable venture, calling her business Nina's Slow Boys.
I got bored one day and I was on my bed and I just took out my phone. I said, these pictures, let me just put on Facebook. Yeah, I just said, okay. I uploaded them and I was like, okay, if you're interested in snails, contact me. It was a joke. Honestly, it was a joke. I wasn't serious because I didn't have snails at home. Neither was I expecting any results. So the moment I put it online, I realized within an hour, my phone kept on beeping, notifications, messages.
The process is as simple as it looks. After plucking the snails, Nina and 2 of her employees clean them with salt and water for about 1 hour. The snails are then put into boiling water where they are cooked for 15 minutes. Once cooked, they are laid out to dry for 45 minutes before packaging for delivery. Nina launched this business 2 years ago and has so far employed 17 women.
I have like 8 to 10 women working for me every week, like 4 days a week, and they are paid. I pay them. And also it has given youths the confidence that you don't need to get employed sometimes. Maybe you could be your own boss. You could look around your environment, and maybe there could be an opportunity just resting beside you and you're not seeing it.
The employment opportunity is a great pleasure to these job seekers whose searches have come to a good end.
Since I started working with Nina, my life has greatly improved. I don't face the challenges I had in the past. I used to go to the forest, pick snails, and then go to the market in search of customers who will buy. But now, she buys all my snails directly from me, and she also employs me to do the cleaning.
According to the Healthy Eating website, snails are low in fat and rich in protein. They also have a variety of essential vitamins and minerals such as magnesium, selenium, vitamin E and phosphorus. But according to World Health Organization, snails cause schistosomiasis, an acute and chronic disease caused by parasitic worms. 2017 report states that the disease is responsible for an estimated annual death rate of 200,000 people globally. The snails also carry thousands of rat lungworms which cause meningitis if absorbed by humans. Even though snails have a creepy reputation, Nina takes adequate precautions to make them safe to eat. This is despite the opposition she has had to bear.
Ironically, I grew up in a house where you're not supposed to eat snails. That's the first thing. So getting into snails, it was a huge deal for my dad. He couldn't displease me by saying no, but he was a little bit skeptical because till today he does not eat snails, but every day he keeps promising he's going to eat it. So, but my family gave me the support I needed, and I remember a lot of people online were like, you went to school to come and do snails, or I remember I had 1 or 2 negative feedbacks from some negative people online who were like, so all this, your education is to come and do snails and things like that, it's a dirty job.
Vutise is one of Nina's Slow Boys' delighted clients.
It's very easy for you to get it within 24 hours when you call. The services are very reliable. You can just sit at home and you make just from a phone call, and the next day the snails are being delivered to you wherever you are. So that bridges the gap of going to the market.
Nina plans to expand her business by starting a snail farm where she can rear and prepare the Slow Boys even on dry seasons.
Acrobatics is an old tradition found in many cultures. It is the performance of extraordinary human act of balance, alertness, and coordination. This is purely the human body performance that makes use of gymnastic elements such as circus. Today, a group of Kikau Kiku acrobats in Kenya's coastal region of Lamu entertain a crowd that has gathered. Among them is 46-year-old Awad Musa, locally referred to as Master Key because of his great expertise.
I started doing acrobats back in school during physical education sessions, and then I stopped. I got an opportunity at the Lamu Museum and met a friend who also had done acrobatic performances in hotels. When he saw that I had ideas of doing acrobats, we agreed that we work together so that we continue with it.
Endeleze.
The group dresses in traditional Swahili attires during their performances. Awad Musa performs with his youngest son Salim, aged 7. At such tender age, Salim does not fear standing on his shoulders as he keeps turning around his father's legs. Musa is a man who is multi-talented. Look at how he handles the flame. He rubs a ball of fire on his skin after swallowing some. On a different day, we meet Master Key with his crew in the town's common square. Full of vim and vigor, they're quick to show off what they do best. Some explain how they came about to join the group.
I started this sport when I was 5 years old. I met this group when I was not attending school, and I thought if I joined it, I will avoid indulging in drugs among other harmful things.
While performing their theatrics, target is always key. And as with any game, fateful acts are always inevitable.
I broke my leg and neck during practice, but I didn't lose hope because I have an aim and goal that one day this work will bring out something good.
There are challenges that we come across. As a Muslim, whenever some of my friends see me playing this game, they always tell me that it's witchcraft and I should not associate with it.
But what are some of the rules of engagement in this type of art?
If you go without practice for a long while, it makes your blood circulation to become low and therefore bring some health effects. Like I got paralyzed at some point because I stopped practicing and stayed for like 3 to 4 months. I got treated traditionally and visited the hospital afterwards, and to date I carry on with acrobatics. The medics advise that so long as you are in this form of art, you should not stop because if the blood cools down, it will bring about effects.
And
while you thought breaking a bone in this game is enough to kill their spirit, then you have another surprise coming. Watch the master walk barefoot on jagged edges of glass rubbles. With that performance, they call it a day. They sharpen their talents with the hope that the game shall be restored in that region and that one day they will receive what they consider their ultimate prize.
The area of Howick is synonymous with Mandela's arrest. In 1962, the late struggle icon was arrested here before his 27 years incarceration. Today, the site is one of many with enormous historical significance for the country. And as the world prepares to commemorate the 100th centenary since the birth of this leader this month, Tourism KwaZulu-Natal says thousands of tourists have already begun to flock here.
Today, coming in here this week under the KZN as their visitor, it was history in the remaking, or if you like, put into practice. I studied South African history. The other day we went as far as the border between KZN and the Eastern Cape. We knew it during my days as Transkei. We knew there was that river. We knew the bridge the beautiful bridge was also at the border. It carried so many stories that we heard from our brothers and sisters who were part of the struggle, who were the refugees. So this time I was honored enough to go and see it in practice. And it can only be an experience that one can never explain.
The capture site is now one of the most visited locations in the country. It's situated in the beautifully scenic heart of the province's Midlands.
Spectacular. I think it's actually a word that doesn't describe it enough because it's actually so diverse. You can find history here. You've got things for the family to do as well. So there's everything from A to Z. We've so far gone to a coffee plant. We've visited the banana plantation as well. And it's so interesting because, I mean, in Namibia, you just find the things on the shelf. And here you can see how it's actually harvested. And
just a stone's throw away from the site stands this unmissable, powerful sculpture. A museum also offers tourists a history of Mandela through art.
Roughly, I can say almost 100,000 and plus, because during December holidays, we experience a lot of tourists. We even, the parking lots becomes full, we are packed, so 2,000 people a day can come during December holidays.
Another popular area for tourism, the picturesque square valley of 1,000 hills that offers adventures and a culture experience.
The main reason for bringing people from other countries to show off our beautiful province, this is the garden of South Africa. We are always green. This is winter, but if you look at the mountains behind me, they are really green compared to what it is now. The season is winter.
Tourists also get a wildlife experience and learn about different animal species that are found in this country.
I will definitely create awareness about Durban. I will promote it and do activations, and Tourism KwaZulu-Natal is more than welcome to join us in this effort. And I would like to say that Air Namibia is proud to be associated with Tourism KwaZulu-Natal, as our aim is to promote tourism within Namibia and the destinations which we fly to. So we will be able to do so much more better if we join together.
KwaZulu-Natal prides itself in a diverse range of attractions, activities and experiences to its visitors. From the Indian Ocean in the east to the mountains in the west. It's also become a popular location for top events, and the package also comes with good weather.
The Vodacom July assists us, in terms of us reaching this mandate. At this point in time, our hotels are fully booked. Along the promenade, as you can see, there's lots of activity. People enjoying the beach. We're known for our beautiful weather.
Tourists are also encouraged to make a stop at one of the many local townships for a unique experience.
Now, one thing you don't know about me, Trendz, is that KZN is my absolute happy place. What is your happy place? Why don't you let us know on Trendz on SABC using the hashtag TrendzTravel on Twitter and on Instagram. We'd love to hear from you. There are so many epic ways to do your annual vacation, and for me, glamping has skyrocketed to the top of my list. So let's see how New York does it.
Camping with the view of the Statue of Liberty and downtown Manhattan is now possible at Governor's Island, a popular recreational destination for New Yorkers. 7 acres of the former military base turned public park has been transformed by Collective Retreats, a glamping company, to include 37 luxurious tents that come with their own bathrooms. Glamping, short for glamorous camping, has gained in popularity in recent years, with travelers wanting convenient access to nature without giving up on luxuries such as a bed and a bathroom.
So this one is 2 single beds. We also feature journey tents with queen beds. In tent, our guests have... we have been looking to do a metropolitan retreat for years now. And we love Manhattan, we love New York City, and so the opportunity to work very closely with the Trust for Governor's Island and the City of New York to create this urban oasis for New Yorkers and beyond is just a dream come true for us.
According to industry website glamping.com, there are over 700 glamping sites around the world and said it is one of the fastest growing sectors of hospitality. Collective Retreats said they saw a market for urban glamping as well and told Trendz Travel it was searching for a metropolitan retreat for years.
So on one side over there you can see is our journey tents. The journey tents are beautiful, spacious, very high-end design tents where there's a little bit more of a communal feel. Guests have shared bathrooms and a very cool shared experience. And then on this side of the retreat are what we call our summit tents. As you can see behind us, each of the tents is a little bit more spacious, has a little bit more privacy.
At their New York location, guests can choose from 2 types of tents that all have a direct view of Lower Manhattan or the Statue of Liberty. The spacious summit tents offer a king-size bed with an en-suite bathroom, while the smaller journey tents have shared bathrooms with a communal feel, explained Mac.
You can see our bath amenities over here as well. Yeah, there's a huge trend where people are just itching to get out, but they want to do it in convenient and accessible ways, right? It's not always easy to take a big trip and get either as a couple or your family way far out of the city. This is a way that we provide a really easy way for New Yorkers to escape either for the night or for, a weekend or a short getaway as a staycation from New York.
Amenities included are coffee makers and toiletries, s'mores kit for nightly campfires, and an on-site restaurant offering chef-prepared meals that is also open to visitors of the island.
And when guests come here, they get to take a 7-minute ferry ride, which is really a true escape from Manhattan. In addition, we've got beautiful Governor's Island surrounding Collective Governor's Island, the retreat, which means every morning from 7 a.m. to about 10:30 a.m., the island is ours.
The best perk about the glamping site is its proximity to the city, just half a mile away from Manhattan. And because the ferry stops running in the evening, guests have the island completely to themselves at certain hours. Rates begin at $125 a night on weekends and $75 a night during the week for journey tents, which guests said was worth the price.
When we woke up, I want to say our first morning here, I was like, because our tent was actually the closest to the water. So when I exited the tent, I just looked out before I went to go brush my teeth. I was like, whoa, this is beautiful. This is amazing. And then it's like when that hits, that's when the experience comes full circle.
We had full view as we were falling asleep of the Freedom Tower, the New York skyline. Over here we had the Statue of Liberty. We can see it right on our porch through our bedroom little window. It was amazing. The statue is lit up and it feels like to blend being in the city and camping all at the same time is amazing.
Collective Retreats has a 3-year license agreement with the Trust for Governor's Island, a non-profit in charge of the island's development. The company operates other seasonal glamping sites around the United States, including a location near Yellowstone National Park and one surrounded by ranch land near Vail, Colorado. This year, Collective Governor's Island will be open until October 31.
The town of Pedro Montayo in Ecuador is aiming to break a world record with the construction of an ancestral pyramid made with more than 500,000 roses grown in the highlands of Andean country. The 1,100 square meter pyramid, weighing some 30 tons, is based on a pyramid at Koshakwi Archaeological Park to the north of Quito. It seeks to win a place in the Guinness World Records as the largest floral arrangement in the world. Each rosebud was manually placed by volunteers working in 24-hour shifts. The flowers were transported to a collection warehouse on trucks from 150 greenhouses located around the country's highlands. Once at the collection warehouse, volunteers cut stems, tore off leaves, and placed the roses in boxes to be taken to the middle of town where the pyramid was built. Organizers estimate that $500,000 was spent on the roses.
Es incalculable, porque aquí en rosas los productores estarían invirtiendo aproximadamente unos $500,000 en rosas. Estructura, mano de obra, aquí costaría el proyecto unos $600,000-700,000 aquí en Ecuador, como productores nosotros de rosas. Entonces más o menos podemos hacer una relación, ¿cuánto costaría esto fuera?
A drip irrigation system has kept the roses fresh.
Vamos más de 30 años en la producción de flores y no le hemos sabido aprovechar para promocionar el territorio. Digamos que la flor está bien posicionada, pero el Ecuador y el territorio no. Entonces nos atrevimos y dijimos, a ver, si esta es una oportunidad, la pongamos en escena, que el mundo conozca al Ecuador y a Pedro Moncayo, donde se producen las mejores rosas del mundo. Así nació la idea.
The current record is held by Frankfurt, Germany, set in 2005 with a flower arrangement of 170,000 flowers.
What has been your favorite holiday destination and what has been your most epic adventure? Why not share that with us on Trendz on SABC using the hashtag TrendzTravel, also on Twitter and on Instagram. We'd love to hear from you. Well, it's almost time for us to go, guys, but before we do, we're about to bring some happiness your way.
July has been a long, cold month, and if you're looking for something to cheer you up, then comedy at the Bannister might be what you need. Beginning July 25, let comedians such as Celeste Ntuli, Sfiso Nene, Thomas Mo, and many, many more have you in stitches in most of South Africa's official languages. So make your way to Brom and have your funny bone tickled. For all you art fundies, on the second Saturday morning of every month, Rosebank's Keys Art Mall, Joburg's most stylish art and design hub, throws open its doors, inviting you into gallery spaces, chic stores, cafes, rooftop bars, and the uber-sophisticated Mesh Club for the Art and Design Saturdays event, with a variety of artist walkabouts, exhibitions, performances, talks, screenings, and book launches taking place throughout the day. If beer is more your thing, then KZN is going to be where you want to be on the 4th of August. The creators of Clarence Craft Beer Festival and SA Untapped are presenting you a completely new concept in craft beer festivals. The Untapped Craft Brew Fest is a coming together of breweries across SA to celebrate working together to create beautifully brewed masterpieces. As a visitor to the festival, you will be able to enjoy a selection of over 200 brilliantly brewed beers from across the world and our fine country. So come very, very thirsty. Jazz is in the air in Durban as the Imbokodo Jazz Festival and the Pietermaritzburg Jazz Festival get underway on the 4th of August. So pack a bag if you are not from the province, book yourself into a cozy accommodation and enjoy the warm weather with warm people and some soulful sounds. On the 16th of August, you're invited to come celebrate your womanhood in style and luxury at Champagne, Cupcakes and COCO. The event promises to ignite your passion of greatness as you sip on the finest champagne and cupcakes. An unusual pop-up museum in Lisbon is delighting social media-focused visitors with colorful and dreamy displays of giant ice creams and all things sweet. The Sweet Art Museum is Europe's first exhibition dedicated to happiness, its founder said. Co-creator Carla Santos says she got the idea from similar exhibitions who are popular in the US, and she sees this new type of museum spreading across Europe as they appeal to the younger social media-focused generation. Indeed, the displays are designed to offer creative photo opportunities to a public who likes to share. The museum's main audience is 15 to 30-year-old girls. Among the most visually appealing works are the Splashmallow Pool, a pool full of fake marshmallows for visitors to dive into, and the Candy Wash Bath.
We are a museum for the new generation, for the generation who lives intensely and wants to share the moments immediately. The new generation wants to experience, wants to take pictures and want to share on the social networks. We are, as I told before, we are Instagram friendly, so our concept is all about taking creative and funny pictures.
The exhibition features a total of 8 thematic and scented rooms: Splashmallow Pool, Happy Hall, Ice Cream Land, Gummy Game, Candy Wash, Pop Circus, Sweet Dreams and Lucky Fruit. Visitors have access to an app that allows a better interaction with the displays during the tour, which includes virtual reality games, holograms, and photo competitions. Co-founder Hugo Silva says the digital dimension is key to capturing the attention of tech-savvy millennials.
It's a game we have with the glasses, the virtual reality, and this game you teletransporting to this room and you can share lots of gummy bears. It's share happiness in the sky, so it's really, really cool.
The museum is open until the end of August 2018.
Thousands of people flocked to the muddy and slimy venue to get messy at South Korea's 21st Mud Festival in coastal city of Boryong on Saturday. Last year, the festival attracted more than 5 million revelers, including 622,000 foreigners, according to the Boryong city.
So I've been in Korea for a year. This is my first time here.
And so far, this is the best event that I've been to. If you're in Korea, you gotta come to the Malt Festival. You're gonna have an awesome time.
Best festival I've been to, hands down.
Visitors arrived in clean clothes and soon got very dirty on mud, which has been the festival's ritual. They enjoy jumping down mudslides and throwing themselves into an abundance of greyish goo in mud wrestling pits.
모두 진짜 처음 왔는데 이렇게 바로 체험다니까 좋고 모두도 피부에 좋아진다니까 좋은 것 같아요. 여자친구가 같이 와서 더 좋은 것 같아요. 보령하면 모두, 머드하면 보령입니다. 21번째를 맡고 있는 머드 축제가 차분하게 성장을 해와서 이제는 성년을 넘어서 세계 속의 축제로 거듭났습니다. 이 축제를 통해서 현장에 계신 많은 분들이 산업 현장에서 쌓여있는 스트레스를 녹아내리고
Well, that's all we have for you in today's edition of Trendz Travel. We'd love to hear from you, so why don't you hit us up on Trendz on SABC using the hashtag Trendz Travel on Twitter and on Instagram. We'd love to see you again next week, same time, same place.